Today I'm sharing another one of my recipe books with you. As you can see, this is called the Garlic Cookbook and it's by Lorna Rhodes. But first let's talk a little bit about garlic. Garlic, a plant of the onion family with long flat leaves and a bunch of small white flowers on the top of each flower stalk. Each garlic bulb is really a collection of several small bulbs called cloves, which are bound together by the outer skin. The bulbs will keep for months in a dry place and are not impaired when some of the cloves are removed. Garlic has a powerful acrid taste due to the oil it contains. It gives good flavours to soups, stews, reheated savoury dishes, curries, gravies and sauces, while a mere suggestion of garlic in salad dressings is excellent. Owing to its strong flavour, garlic should be chopped very finely before use, and the addition of 1 or 2 cloves to a dish is usually enough for the English taste. For a salad, it is often sufficient to rub the bowl round with a cut garlic clove. A garlic press is a useful gadget as it extracts all the juice and flavour from a clove without leaving the flavour on the kitchen equipment in general use. The most easiest thing to make with garlic is of course garlic bread. Buy a loaf of French bread or use rolls and cut into 2.5 centimetres, 1 inch slices almost through to the bottom crust, but do not cut completely through. Mix some softened butter with generous amounts of chopped parsley and a very finely chopped clove of garlic. Use a garlic crusher if available. Spread this savoury butter mixture between the slices, brushing the top of the loaf with any that is left over. Wrap the whole loaf in aluminium foil and place it in a fairly hot oven, 200 degrees centigrade, 400 degrees Fahrenheit or gas mark 6 for about 15 to 20 minutes. Serve still in the foil so it keeps hot. This is very good with salad and savouries. I like it too with soup or chili con carne. So let's now take a little look inside the recipe book. Part of the introduction of the book says the Garlic Cookbook includes a selection of international recipes predominantly from warm countries where this flavoursome vegetable is grown in abundance. And then it goes on to some of the recipes included and says the 8 chapters are divided into starters, soups, salads, fish, seafood, meat and poultry, simple suppers, vegetables and outdoor eating. It goes on to say the introduction includes plenty of tips on how to cook successfully with varying amounts of raw and cooked garlic alongside historical information. Tutankhamun's tomb contained dried garlic and the latest research conclusions on the health benefits of consuming the cloves regularly. Garlic enthusiasts will be inspired to try new savoury dishes, many with exotic, unmistakable flavours. Any cook will be intrigued by the variety and imaginative choice of ingredients and the mouth-watering results. We find the contents, author's introduction, starters, soups, salads, fish dishes, meat and poultry, simple suppers, vegetables, outdoor eating and of course an index. And this book is from 1994. I begin with the author's introduction about how she got into cooking. In the introduction she also talks about these types of garlic, which yes, they do look like leek, and she says If you're lucky enough to obtain green garlic, which resembles leeks with fat bulbs, it's certainly worth using for its subtle flavour. Garlic is available throughout the year from different countries. Its appearance varies from the size of the bulbs to the colour of the skin. You may prefer to buy the attractive braids, especially if you use garlic frequently. Smoked garlic with its golden skin is more unusual and has a gentle garlic flavour. Here's some more introduction, talking about the past and the history of garlic. And it also mentions in this section that it's mentioned in the Old Testament and was also used in the past by Greek and Roman empires. And it also says in the 16th century, Henry VI of France chewed garlic and had a breath that would fell an ox at 20 paces. And it talks about the countries where garlic is from and is used, and obviously here in Cyprus it is used a great amount, such as Italy and Greece. There's a section on the cultivation of garlic, saying where it grows, that it needs plenty of sunshine, grows well in warm countries. It's also grown on the Isle of Wight. French garlic from the Mediterranean areas of southwest France and Provence has big juicy cloves and an excellent flavour, but does not keep well. And then it goes through different types of garlic. A section on growing your own garlic, how to grow it and how to cook with it. So lots of information, everything you could want to know about garlic. Hints and tips. Hints and tips. Add peeled whole garlic cloves to a jar of oil. Refrigerate and keep for 2 to 3 days before using. Brush on foods before they are grilled or sautéed. Add peeled cloves of garlic to white wine vinegar and keep for 2 to 3 days before using in salad dressings. Bury 3 peeled and pressed cloves in half a cup of sea salt. Leave for a few days in a screw top jar. Remove garlic and use the salt as a seasoning. Make garlic puree by putting peeled cloves in a blender or food processor. Add some olive oil and work until smooth. Store in a screw-topped jar for up to 5 days in the refrigerator. For a milder flavour, drain boiled garlic, either mash it with a fork or sieve it. It can be stored in a glass jar under a layer of olive oil and will keep for 5 days in the refrigerator. Spread it on toast, add it to soups and sauces, stir it into gravies, add it to vegetable purees or mashed potatoes. Peel 4 heads of garlic, place in a glass jar with 4 to 6 small red chillies. Heat 300 ml, 10 fluid ounces, cider vinegar with 15 ml, 1 tablespoon, sugar and 10 ml, 2 teaspoons of salt. Cool, then pour over the garlic, seal and leave for 1 week. Peel 225 grams, 8 ounces, of garlic cloves. Put in a pan and add enough oil to cover. Cook over medium heat for 20 minutes until tender. Cool, then pack in a jar. Keep it in the refrigerator and use within 5 days. Use on pizzas and add to pasta. Store a string of garlic in a cool, dry place, not in a warm, steamy kitchen. Pull a head off as required and break open to release the cloves. Strings or braids of garlic are good to buy if you use lots of garlic. Otherwise, buy smaller quantities and store in an earthenware garlic cellar, which allows the air to circulate and protects the garlic from light. If the garlic has sprouted, slice each clove in half, remove and discard the green shoot. The flavour of the sprouted garlic can be bitter. Then we go on to soups. Good old classic garlic soup, obviously. Chinese noodle soup. Beetroot and garlic soup. Some lovely pictures. All sorts of recipes that have garlic in. Everything you could think of. I haven't made everything from here, obviously. Salad section, again, all types of salad. That includes some garlic. As they say, you can just brush a bowl, rub with garlic if you don't like a strong taste of garlic, but it will give it the flavour rather than the taste of garlic. Again, all types of salads. And if you don't like garlic, leave the garlic out. And this one, you could just use plain mayonnaise instead of garlic mayonnaise. So you don't have to like garlic to follow garlic recipes, obviously. And who knows, just the titles might give you inspiration to make something. If there's any recipes here that you see the titles of you'd like the actual recipe, then give me your email and I will send you the recipe. So some of you might go, oh, I would have liked the recipe for that. Then just drop me an email with your email and then I can send the recipe to you. Obviously I can't go through every single recipe in the video. I'm just showing you what recipes there are. And even the pictures might inspire you just to design your salad, for example. Then we go on to fish dishes. I don't cook fish dishes very much. Nothing much more than a tuna pasta bake and those kind of things. So I'm not really a fish recipe person. But again, if you're interested in any of these things. And here it's so cheap to go out to eat if you want a exotic fish dish. Everything here is caught fresh from the sea. And so why would you worry at home so much when there's just the two of us? There's so many lovely fish dishes here. And you can have a fish meze here, which I'm sure you know are where they bring you lots of small, plenty of different, if it's a fish meze, lots of different fish dishes. And it's a great way to try different types of fish and see if you like them. I like the idea of that one, placed with leek and garlic stuffing. See, again, you don't need to do fish to do the Greek and garlic stuffing. You might think of another way you would like to use that. And of course here we also have meat mezes, where you get so many, you get about 20 different types of plates come out with different things on, and that always far too much to eat. And just when you think they've finished, even more come. So yeah, I like the idea of this one. This is king prawns with garlic and ginger. I would probably leave out the ginger, but a little bit would be fine. So always adapt your recipes, leave out what you don't like and put in what you do like. Meat and poultry recipes, chicken with 50 cloves of garlic. Wow, sounds intense. Greek lamb and pasta bake. We have Greek lamb here, still on their legs. Here we eat a lot of goat. The cleftico is sometimes lamb, but quite often goat here. which is the most tender meat you could get. Garlic roast pork, spicy coconut chicken curry. I'm not a curry eater. I love spices, I love chilli, I love garlic, but there's something I don't like about curries. And there's so many dishes here, as I say, adapt. I'm not actually a great one for following a recipe completely. With my frugal life, I use what I've got rather than what a recipe says, so I'll take an idea and then make it my own. That looks quite tasty. I'm a great meat eater. Meat is good for you. As with any food, you need everything in the right proportions. Oh, beef and pepper stir fry. That sounds nice. There it is. And there's the oriental chicken with noodles. And all from different regions. Lots of different regions of cooking recipes here. I do sometimes think that a recipe book should also have a home delivery. I've thought this before, there was such a thing as home delivery or takeaway. I remember seeing recipe books when I was little and I thought, oh, if you could just order that. So it should also be a menu, a recipe book that you can order from. I think that would be a brilliant idea. That's the roast lamb with garlic and rosemary. And then we've got simple suppers, Mexican chili pie. I love Mexican food. Mexican, Italian, Cypriot and Greek food are probably my favourites. All in Chinese. That looks really nice. Garlic and onion flan, that's simple, and again you can add anything into there that you have. As I say, I grow my own foods and I just try and make different things from what I grow, being inspired by recipe books, as in an idea, for example, risotto, flan, and so on and so forth, but using what I've got. And if you look at my recipe playlist, you will see on my recipe playlist that they're all very easy and very frugal cooking recipes. That sounds interesting. Pancakes with garlic cheese filling. To try that one. Herb and garlic souffle. Garlic pizza. I make pizza all the time and I always make a stuffed crust, and my pizza dough is no yeast. There's no yeast, so I'm always making pizzas, so look out for my pizza recipe. It's always a stuffed crust. I use normally garlic or mostly halloumi cheese, which obviously is a Cypriot product. So many books. It's not a thick book, but there's a lot in here. I do like pastas. I have made this before. I've done a recipe for some of these things. So some of these recipes are in my recipe playlist, or they've been adapted by me for my playlist. As I say, not a thick book, but lots of content. Then we've got vegetables. Fresh vegetables cooked in various ways to enhance their flavours. All the dishes complement grilled or roasted meats and others, such as char-roasted summer vegetables, which can be served as a vegetarian main course. So that's what this section is. So if you are vegetarian, it covers that as well. Braised root vegetables with garlic. Garlic mashed potatoes, that's a must. And we use our olive oils that we make on our land. We grow our own olives and we make into olive oil. We have it pressed at the mill and I use that a lot on roast potatoes. Green beans with garlic, courgettes and pepper gratin. That looks very nice. I don't like recipe books without pictures. I know some people prefer not to have pictures because they get disappointed if theirs don't turn out the same. But you need a picture as a guide, A, to see what it should look like, and B, to see how it should be look when it's cooked. And then we finish with outdoor eating, Parmesan garlic twist, cornmeal cheese and garlic muffins. So these are for picnics or eating outdoors or going off to a field on the end of your land. Tomato and garlic tart, garlicky chicken liver pate. I do like a garlic duck or brandy pate. It's nicely presented, makes a big difference. Some more ideas here. Salsa is always a good thing. There's the salsa. They look nice. A few more recipes to finish. And the pictures that go with them. As I say, if you want the recipes, do let me know. But bear in mind, I'll have to type them out. So it will take me some time. And then we have the index at the back. And of course a little bit about the author at the end. So I hope you enjoyed a look through that book. Even if it just inspired you or gave you ideas. As I say, you don't need to like garlic to follow any of the recipes. It just might inspire you to make something different. So look out for more of my recipe books that I share with you on this channel, and recipes in my playlist both on this channel and on my main channel, New Beginnings, My Everyday Life in Rural Cyprus. Do check out the links below, which will give you some more ideas and links. Until next time, get cooking, get creating.